Once again, this is Daniel Langere standing for African migrants worldwide. Every time we keep on talking about how the whole African continent will be better, you know, and people doesn't take us serious or something like that to know that Africa now is going down every day. We suffer because of all these political elites. For instance, now look at most of the African countries now. There is war. What I mean is not a nuclear weapon or this gun, all this insurgency, or all these people who are attacking one another. This is economic wars. Because most of the African countries have all the mineral resources. They have gold, they have all the necessary things to make Africa once again to be great. But the problem we are having now is that they are using our political elites, the old politicians, who has already committed themselves in one way or the other. They sell the future of the young ones. Even some of the young ones now who believe that believe to what they can do to help themselves, they are being corrupt because of the situations and how things are going in African continent. Every day, the politicians, every year, for 4 years or 5 years, when they have election, they will buy people's conscience with a bag of rice, a bag of salt, and a little money like that. Then, after that, they will do whatever they want to the until their tenure is finished. This is high time the African youth have to stand on their feet. I have a video here where somebody challenged uh, uh, an honorable senator or somebody who represented their constituency. He asked him, "You went there for 4 years. What have you done?" And at the end of the day, the man picked offense and something like that. And they never know that all the money they are being paid is our money, not their private money. And when they get to that office, they feel that they have arrived or something like that. They keep on, using their powers to intimidate the youth, to deal with the youth, instead of them to improve and make life better for the common man in the streets. This is the problem we have. Even, for instance, the country I came from, even a common, what do they call it? Chairman, councillor, they almost going with convoy. They spend too much money. This is taxpayers' money. This is Nigerian money. This is African money. This is go to Congo, the same thing. Zaire, you see, Botswana, which is a country who have one of the most expensive diamond. They are dying of hunger, no matter the population, and they are being controlled by international community. When they come, they give you peanuts. They tell you that they are coming, giving you an aid. They are giving you this. They are giving you loan. They are giving that. They are giving those loans for you to fail, so that at the end of the day you will not be able to pay those loans. And when you don't pay that loans, you have defaulted, and they will from there seize one thing and they become their own. Why can't we, the Africans, stand on our feet? Why can't we tell them enough is enough? China, the Western world, they set trap with loans, and when they give you that loan, they will help you to fail. They will help you to fail. And when you did not meet up with this thing, this is where their problem starts. You see every day the innocent Africans, everybody, they are trying to travel through Mediterranean Sea, through all sorts of ways, to see that they go to a better place for a greener pasture. Where we have a greener pasture in African continent. And when we come to the Western world, they discriminate. They don't even, some of them don't take us as human beings. They take us as slaves. They treat us anyhow they want, or something like that, because you left your own house and come to their own. And when they get to African, they become kings. So, like one of my friend, I met in a airplane, told me that when the white man or all these Western people, when they go to Africa, we answer them, sir. When we come to the West, we also answer them, sir. this is a way of slavery or something like that. But I don't blame the Western world, because it is we that will say enough is enough by doing the right thing, by getting all these old politicians out of office, by voting them out, by making sure that any corrupt person, any person who has committed one thing or the other, will not go to any important office. In the like in the some of the Asian countries, if you commit a crime as a prime minister or a political elite, you will die. They will kill you. In the West, when you are you are in a political office and have a problem, you will go to jail. But in Africa, when you commit crime, when you become a corrupt person, you commit a very serious crime or something like that, people will celebrate you. How long shall we be patient to reach the promised land? How long? And they don't even allow you to speak. Whenever you tell them what they are doing is not right, you become an object, they start targeting you. And for instance now, because of all this hardship has made people, the young youth who should do one thing or the other, because when tough times does not last, when you are in a tough times, you use your brain to develop something that will help you, grow. Not to kill your mother, not to be killing people, girlfriends, or trying to do rituals. We are with these native doctors who believe that when they do such a thing, or Yahoo, you will get rich. Let me tell you, for you young guys who put their hands into those type of things, you are fools. Because that native doctor, that person who wants to make that ritual money, why is he not a billionaire? Why is he not a millionaire? They will collect your money and they will tell you something that is impossible. That you should kill your sister, that you should go and bring this leaf or that, something they know that is not possible. They will, for them to have an excuse to eat the small money you have given to them to do this thing. And look at so many young guys now, killing people, killing their girlfriends, trying to kill their mothers, trying to kill their friends, trying to do so many bad things because of money. Some of them eat their shit, some of them do abnormal things. This time you are supposed to be doing this, or all these things you are doing, it's the time you're supposed to be use your brain, try to see something you can learn and thread and become somebody else. And why are we fighting for all these things? Material things. There are so many people who are even rich, but when you die, your own is gone. We don't talk about the fat wallet now. We don't talk about the millions. What we are talking about is the legacy. African youth, this is high time. You have to start and sit up, to know that life is okay. Once again, we will keep on bringing this to you people, because now 22-23 is is going to be an election for some of African countries, and this is time we have to go back to our destiny and kick the old ones away and they start afresh to see how we can improve our lives, because now we are slave to the Western world and China, because we are indebted to them. This is why we, the Mediterranean Survivor for African Migrants, we keep on making campaign, please, for your own good or something like that. Mediterranean Sea, a lot of people are dying. There are so many people who their parents think that they are in abroad. They are dead inside the sea. Go to Italy, you will see unknown graves, thousands of innocent Africans who are struggling to see if they can make it or get the greener pasture. We keep on bringing you the truth. We keep on telling you everything that is happening about this traveling.
Here, and here. Diagnosis: the West, China, India are recolonizing us through economic imperialism. Now it starts with economic saboteurs who offer our governments grandiose development projects and loans through the aid agencies, the IMF, the World Bank, blah, 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 blah. They appeal to the egos and greed of our leaders, promising them re-election even if it means rigging those elections. But what our leaders fail to understand is that these loans are already rigged and there's nowhere in the world that we can repay them. So for the rest of our lives and that of our children, we are struggling to stay ahead of interest payments. If the economic saboteur fails, then the boys in plain clothes step up to the line, and we know how ruthless they can be. Their modus operandi, assassination. The result, Nicaragua, or maybe much closer to home, the Congo, where they overthrow the government and install a puppet. If that fails, then they step in with their uniform and heavy artillery. Think Vietnam, or maybe much more recently, Iraq. Make no mistake about it, we are at war. But this is not a war that is fought with guns or nuclear weapons. China just exports cheap laborers into our country, and they kill our people with their mediocre safety standards. They force our people to work without the proper safety equipment. They disgorge poison into our rivers. This is a war that rages behind the vaunted walls of international banks and multinational corporations. They came in quietly, innocently as investors. But unless my English is wrong, an investor is one that comes into an area and leaves it better than it was before he came. But the kind of investors we have, when they pack their bags, we are poorer than we were before they came in. And unfortunately, we cannot redress these wrongs in the courts of law because these people have got binding contracts with our government. But we're not going to stand by and watch our country being raped. It is an insult that we are getting 0.3% royalties on our minerals. And these people are not even paying any tax on these revenues. You know why? They are selling to buyers outside the country. And that money is deposited directly into their foreign accounts. If this trend continues, in 30, 40 years from now, we will have nothing. Our social sector is not working. Zambia has some of the best mineral deposits in the world. And yet look, everywhere people are starving. So it's not about race or socialism. It's about doing the right thing. I'm as much a fan of capitalism as George W. Bush, Hu Jintao, and all the rest of them. But there is a big difference, people, between equitable capitalism and this blatant raping of a nation.